This is the PMP and the Snap. Sneak in a quick lesson into your busy schedule so you can pass that exam. Let's snap in. Hey there, Project Pros. Welcome back to PMP and the Snap, the podcast that gives you powerful project management wisdom without taking over your entire commute. I'm your host, Kaye B, and today we're talking about something near and dear to every project manager's heart and calendar: estimate activity durations. But before we dive in, let's rewind the tape for a quick refresh on where we are in the project schedule management world. In project schedule management, we plan, define, sequence, estimate, and develop schedules, then control the whole operation like a boss. Here are the key players. 1. Plan schedule management. 2. Define activities. 3. Sequence activities. 4. Estimate activity durations. 5. Develop schedule. And 6. Control schedule. We're at step 4 today. Estimate activity durations, aka the crystal ball moment, but instead of magic, we use logic. Let's break it down. This process is all about figuring out how long each activity in your project will take to complete. We're not assigning specific dates yet, that comes later in develop schedule. But right now, we just want to know, is this a 2-hour task or 2-week expedition? You can't build a reliable schedule if you don't know how long things take. And you can't know how long things take if you don't first understand the work and the resources needed. It's like baking a cake. You can't promise dessert in 30 minutes if you still need to preheat the oven and gather all your ingredients. Alright, here's what you'll need to have in your back pocket before you estimate durations or your inputs. Project management plan. Specifically, you need the schedule management plan and the scope baseline, and then project documents like activity list, activity attributes, assumption logs, lessons learned register, and milestone list. You also need enterprise environmental factors like industry standards, team availability, and resource calendars. And then organizational process assets. These are historical data, templates, or estimation policies. In other words, don't show up to the estimating party empty-handed. Now for the fun part, how we actually estimate durations. Here are the go-to tools and techniques that you'll need. Expert judgment. You ask the people who've done it before, or at least pretend to listen while they brag. Analogous estimating. Compared to similar past projects, fast, but not super accurate. Parametric estimating. You're going to use data-driven formulas like it takes 5 hours per page of code or 2 days per training sessions. 3-point estimating. This is based on optimism, pessimism, and realism. We use a formula that goes like this. Optimistic plus 4 most likely, or this is like your realism, plus pessimistic, and then you divide that by 6. This smooths out wild guesses and emotional outbursts. Bottom-up estimating. Break down tasks into smaller parts and estimate each one. Data analysis, like reserve analysis to see if we need to add contingencies, which I always like to do. Decision making. This is group decision making techniques like brainstorming or voting. And then of course meetings, because no PM process is complete without a good meeting, right? Once the brain power is spent and the calculators are smoking, you walk away with the following outputs. Duration estimates. A time range or specific estimate for each activity. Basis of estimates. While you estimated what you did, method, assumption, ranges, and confidence levels. And then there's your project document updates, like tweaks to the assumption log or activity attributes. So why does this all matter? Because let's be real, bad duration estimates are like giving your GPS the wrong destination. You'll miss milestones, blow through budgets, and frustrate your team. But a good estimate, they're the foundation of a realistic, deliverable schedule that earns trust and maybe even an applause. So here's the final snap recap. First, estimate activity durations is the process of determining how long each activity will take based on scope, resources, and conditions. Inputs include your planned activity info, assumptions, and lessons learned. Tools and techniques include expert judgment, 3-point estimating, and bottoms-up estimating. And then your outputs are the duration estimates themselves, your rationale basis of estimates, and any other updates to your project documents. And there you have it, another PMP gem, snapped into your brain in under 10 minutes. I'm Kaye B, and you've been listening to PMP in a Snap, where project management is made simple, strategic, and a little sassy. If you enjoyed today's episode, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the love with your fellow PMs. Until next time, keep your tasks tight, your timelines realistic, and your stress levels low. Catch you in the next snap. There's a new PMBOK coming out this year, and that means the exam will change. Take the PMP exam before you have to learn all new content. Go to pmnotebooks.com to save time and money with a course that respects your schedule and delivers results.